Okay, YouTube family. So I've got my onions cooking. And like I told you, I'm cooking the onions in the palm oil, okay? So we're going to let that come to like a gloss look, okay? And we're going to let them caramelize, okay? And then we're going to put the stew together, okay? This is what we're doing. We're getting ready to put this African stew together. So I have my beef back here, and I have my rice here, okay? And we're going to do rice and black eyed peas because my husband loves black eyed peas, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and flip. All right. So we're going to let that caramelize and let that cook for a little bit because I want my onions to cook pretty good. And then we're going to go back to it, okay? And we're going to go ahead and put the sauce together for the stew. The beef is almost done, okay? So once we get everything together here, you'll see how this process goes. Like I said, right now I'm cooking the red onions and palm oil, okay? Palm oil really gives your food a really good flavor. And this is one of the popular stews that um, I noticed that they cooked when I went to Nigeria. Um, they cook a lot of the stews, okay? But my favorite is the goosey. This is another one of my favorites. It's just a regular stew over rice, okay? As a matter of fact, this is the first stew that I learned how to cook, okay? So we're waiting for that to kind of like caramelize. You want the onions to kind of caramelize a little bit. Maybe brown just a little teaspoon, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and put this together, okay? It's not going to take long to do this. It does take long for the beef to cook because you want your beef to be tender, okay? One thing I hate when I'm eating a stew is I have to fight with my food. I don't like fighting with my food. I want my beef tender. I want to be able to enjoy the food. And my husband's the same way. He does not like tough beef. He like tender beef, you know. So, and I'm going to be doing the Christmas meal. I'm slowly putting my meal together, you guys. I am going to do the jerk chicken. I am going to do the ribs. I am going to do the gizzards and plantains. And I am going to do one of the stews. I'm not going to do all the stews, but I am going to do one of the stews. And I think one of the stews that I am going to do this time, because I do the vegetable stew all the time. So I think what I'm going to, and I do the okra soup. I do the vegetable soup, the okra soup all the time. And I've done the ogbono soup. So this time I'm going to do the egusi soup. Okay, I've done it for you guys before. My family really loves that, and I thought that would be a great treat for Christmas. So yeah, we're getting this together slowly but surely, okay? I want to taste some of the onions in my stew. I'm doing in my soup, I'm doing the rice and peas with the black eyed peas. I like the black eyes. And that's what we're going to eat for dinner tonight, okay? That's what we're eating, okay? So let me go ahead. The next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and put my tomato paste. Where is it? I just had it. Okay. So as you can see, I cut the tomato paste can on both ends. It just makes it easier for just to slide out and for you to do your stews, okay? So I'm going to put you guys back over here again so you can watch me put this together, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take this tin part off of the tomato paste here. And I'm going to go ahead and push through and take the top of this off. Maybe take a little bit, my spoon and scrape a little bit of it. And we're going to go ahead and mix. See the onions, they do kind of brown a little bit, which is good. Because I want that flavor that you get from your onions, okay? All right. So I'm going to turn the fire down a little bit because I got it up pretty high. There we go. And I'm just going to slowly just mix it all in. Get these onions mixed in along with this tomato paste. All right. And then I'll start mixing the seasonings in for the sauce, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get the blended I'm getting the blended vegetables, the bell peppers. This is bell peppers, red onions, diced tomatoes, and what else I put in here? Yeah, that's it. Oh, and a can of tomato sauce, okay? So I'm going to pour that in there. Ooh. All right. I should have pulled that out first, okay? One moment. Hold on a moment. What I don't want to do is cut my hand on that blade because that blade is really sharp, okay? So we're going to take all of this out. And we're making our sauce. You see that? There we go. All right. Okay. Put this to the side over here. So now, this is part of the process of making your sauce for the African soup, okay? And like I said, this is just a regular tomato soup that, you know, it's just an African stew. That's it. Okay? So I've got this on a low heat. I'm going to let this cook slowly. Because one thing I've learned, that when you're cooking, you don't want to cook it too fast, right? You want to take your time, cook your meals, let all those flavors come out in your meal, right? Okay. Now, what I do is I go ahead and I add my seasonings to the sauce. So we're going to start off with a little bit of onion powder, okay? Just a little bit. Just go across. I don't measure, you guys. I just go across and just do it. I'm going to do a little bit of the curry powder. And like I said, I don't measure. I just take it, sprinkle it all the way across, making sure that the top part of it is covered, okay? Now, I'm going to also do a little bit of ginger. This is ginger. I'm going to do a little bit of it, of the ginger, okay? And let's get a little bit of the adobo, okay? I'm going to do a little bit of adobo, and we're just going to sprinkle it across. This particular one doesn't have a lot of salt content, but it does have salt in it, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do the bouillon. This is my salt content. It's chicken bouillon. So we're going to take a little bit of that and we're going to do the same with it. We're just going to sprinkle it across, and then you will add the salt content as you need it, okay? All right. And, of course, we're going to do a little bit of the Cameroonian pepper. I like the Cameroonian pepper better than the red pepper because it has a flavor that's just out of this world, okay? So, just sprinkling that. And it's a little bit more spicier than the red pepper, but it has such a great taste. So I like using a Cameroonian pepper, okay? So you just mix that all in. Just mix it all in, okay? And as I start putting the stew together, I'll taste it to see if it needs a little bit more salt. You know what's missing. As I'm tasting, I can pretty much taste something and tell what it needs. Okay, so here we go. So now we're gonna let that cook for a little bit. Okay. So now this is my second video for the African stew sauce. Okay. I guess it's probably gonna end up being like maybe 4 videos because I'm gonna do the last product. You're gonna see me with it on the plate. Okay, so here we go. This is the process in doing the stew. Okay, that's gonna go over your meat. Okay, so let me let you look at this again. Okay, so my beef is cooking. Look at it back here. It's cooking. I've got my rice is cooking here. Okay, it's my rice. And like I told you, I use the long grain rice and then use the imported rice as well. It's a little bit more expensive, but I don't think it is because you get your money's worth on the rice, okay? And then I've got my chicken here, okay? So now with the chicken, you know, it doesn't take chicken long to cook. So you just want to cook it halfway, not even half the way, because you don't want your chicken falling apart.